Yes, there he is.
Hey, Jonathan.
Darius, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Looking good there, look at that. All chest out and everything. He's a good-looking fellow, isn't he? Yeah. I'd get to the couch quickly if I were you. Now, my next guest, well, she completely changed my mind about him. Will you please welcome Darius Campbell Danesh, ladies and gentlemen.
But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Come on, sit down. I think that's alluding to your the Scottish half of your personality there.
That's right. I think it would be.
Great to have you on the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
You're quite a big fellow, aren't you? How tall are you?
I'm just a little taller than you. Shall we have a look?
Well, let's have a look.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'7". Look at the size of you, you're like a giant.
I don't know about that.
You've got a great big head and everything.
You're 5'8". I'm
6'2"
6'2" and a bit.
I'm 6'1.5".
There's no point in bragging about being bigger than you actually are. You know.
What are you alluding to, Darius?
No, nothing. No, I'm 6'3".
You don't want immediately to get onto the size of your schlong, do you? Is that what you're trying to do here?
No.
You know, but I can sense he's given off a certain confidence, and one can only imagine you're only that confident if you are packing. Look how frisky you've all got all of a sudden. Now listen, when I first saw you on the first one, which was the first one? Was it Pop Idol came first, or was it Pop
Stars and then Pop
Stars came first. When I first saw you in that, and I think we came to kind of mock, and then we stayed grimly fascinated till the very end, and then, you know, a genuine pop band came out of it that had a number of hits. And you were obviously a talented youngster in there. There was no doubt about it. You had a great voice, you had a great presence. You know, very strange facial hair you were affecting.
Yeah.
Because how old were you when you entered that?
I was 19. I'm 22. It's been 3 years. You know, a lot happens in 3 years. In fact, just before I came on, the woman said, you know, Darius, you used to be you were a joke. They said, you were a long-haired, cocky, immature twat, to be honest. And
was
it's amazing.
Was someone who works on the show trying to relax you before you came on? Maybe I should send a note round. I don't know whether
But she did follow up with, but it's amazing, you know, how much you've grown up and that you can have a big turnaround. Which just, I wanted to share that with you because it meant that, you know, there's still hope for you.
Just because you're packing, don't come bragging. But no, you really did, you know, you really transformed yourself there. There was no doubt about it. And that was obviously a conscious decision on your part, a conscious effort. Was
it was only because, you know, I pretty much fell flat on my face. And you get reminded of that when you go from being an Edinburgh student to suddenly being an overnight infamous character.
What were you studying at university?
English.
Okay. Now, because your mum and dad, I was reading about this, your father is a consultant gastroenterologist.
That's right. If you've ever got anything wrong with your stomach, you have bad courage, just give us a call.
And your mum was a GP, I believe.
Mum's a GP.
So I would imagine they must both be terribly disappointed in you. Because you could have, because you're obviously a very bright youngster, you could have a proper job.
I could.
I know you're doing well, you're making money, you're meeting ladies, but that's not the point. You could have a proper career.
What would you have me do?
I would have you be a young doctor.
Really?
Yeah, can you imagine him with a stethoscope? Imagine the old lady swooning when he came round. I need to warm it up, Dr. Danesh. You'd be great.
No, what would you be doing if you weren't presenting?
What would I be doing? I think possibly... You ever seen bare-knuckle boxers? I'd be their agent. But you are actually a bona fide pop star now. You've had hits, because the song about the colours, what was that called? The colours of the lovely, the colour is, I can't see colours. Colourblind.
That's the one.
Bingo.
You obviously are. Have you seen your shirt, man? Look at that.
Look, you know, you come on here, you haven't even bothered tucking yourself in.
Hey.
Alright, I'm going to show you something now, which you might not want to see, but I think you need to.
Go on.
Now, if you want to be serious about this business, Darius, you want to survive, I imagine, don't you?
You want to give me some advice?
Okay, now look, if you want a good look on TV, you notice how smooth my shirt looks. And I can move around, it's still looking good.
Yeah.
This is how you achieve this. You tuck it into your pants before you... That's what you want to do. Alright? You can... Now, it's all here for you, Darius. If you choose to learn, you can learn. But if you go home with the attitude you've been displaying so far, you'll learn nothing. I tell you, you'll be out in your arse in a year.
You're right, sir.
You'll be like that ugly one from the pop band Shrek. Is out now. I was so pleased when Colourblind went to number one, didn't it?
Yeah, it was number one.
I was so pleased for you because I wanted to see you do well.
Thank you.
And you wrote that yourself as well? Which is, it must have been such a kind of pleasant sense of revenge, I would have thought.
No, it's not so much revenge. You know, everyone that criticised me helped me get to where I am. You know, I needed, you know, knocked off my feet, I think, in order to stand up and reevaluate who I was, where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do with my life. And so it was a bit of a rebirth.
But what about the bloke with the trousers and the belt? Simon
Cowell.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you get on well with him.
And Nigel Lithgow.
Nigel Lithgow's a great man.
But I mean, they're probably okay, decent guys who were doing their job. But they kind of said to you, no, you're not right, and...
But it's a bit like, they're really nasty in front of the camera. And off camera, they're not nasty, they're lovely people. In the same way that on camera, you're really funny, but backstage, you're as boring as
I'm telling you, you're getting hissed now, you know, it's like...
No.
I know where you're coming from.
But you know what I mean? On camera, they live up to a persona.
Yeah.
You know. And,
exactly, that's not really the person.
It's not really the person.
All right, let's have a look at, you've got a new single out, I believe?
Yeah,
new
single.
What's the name of it? Girl in the Moon?
It's Girl in the Moon.
Okay, and so you sing on this, you wrote this, do you play any instruments? What do you play?
I play the guitar.
You play the guitar?
Do you play anything?
I'm learning the bass guitar.
Really?
And I'm nearly grade 1 on piano.
Okay. Well, there might be you know, maybe you could jam with us on the next record.
I'm sorry, Radiohead are ahead of you in the line there. Okay, this is Darius's new single, Girl in the Moon. Have a look at this.
Girl in the moon, I'm halfway there. Girl in the moon, I see you everywhere. Help me find a way of falling closer to you. Girl in the moon, girl in the moon.
And that's out now, or is it out next week?
I think it's out on the 9th of June.
9th of June. Oh, this is quite a way off then.
Yeah, I'm bang in the middle of my tour, which I want you to come to, 25th of May.
I probably won't come.
Really?
No, I tell you what, I don't very often go out.
Well, the backstage, you don't say, yeah, sure, Darius, I'll come, and then in front of the camera, you say I'm too busy.
Well, no, you know, look.
I got you.
Well, do you want me to pretend I'm going to come now, right, and then not turn up and give you some excuse on the day, phoning up sick? Darius, it's Jonathan, I've got a bad throat. You'd see through that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you rather a bit of honesty right now?
Honesty's always good, John.
Okay, I won't be coming. Anyway, that's by the by. We'll move on.
Let's move
now,
on.
listen, we've got that clip. Can I show the clip of you doing the Britney Spears thing?
Well, you can do it. It's your show, man.
Let's look at it, and then let's both analyse this young man at work. This is Darius. From how many years ago was this? Can you remember?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Okay,
I want your honest opinion on it, Jonathan.
I think you know what my honest opinion is going to be. But let's have a look. This is Darius doing. It was I think one of the more memorable moments of recent television.
That you could put it that way.
Let's have a look. This is Darius back on Pop, whichever one it was. Stars.
Stars.
Loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a song, give me, baby, one more song.
It is my goal in life to have a #1 single as a solo artist. I said this from a young age, and I will. And I will have a triple platinum album. By the time I am 35, I will succeed.
What a marvellous piece of work. Because then, now there was just everything was thrown into that, wasn't it? It really was. It was like you were making a kind of risotto and you put everything in it that you had lying around. The bit when you went, hear me, baby, one more time. And then, what was that? It's like someone had thrown something, you had to get out of the way.
It's the high note that I still don't get.
What
was in my mind at that point? I honestly don't know.
Can you not remember what you were thinking?
No, I honestly think that my nuts were caught in my fly, and I just wanted relief.
Well, that's why you should tuck your shirt in. But you know, still, you could see, even though we're laughing at it, you have the voice. It's a very good voice up there. No, it is. You've got a good voice there.
Jonathan, you don't have to be a diplomat. I was a twat.
Well, yeah.
But listen, I grew up. I learned a hard lesson.
And you know what's
And it was
interesting
a good
is
lesson.
that thing when you say to the judges there, and you're saying, it is my destiny or whatever, I've always, since a young age, I will have a number one. And at the time I thought, he's just a pompous, mustachioed fool.
What is he saying?
But you've had the number one.
Yeah.
You've already had a platinum selling album, I believe.
Dive In went platinum.
Yeah, so you've had that. So really, you know, you are not the fool we all believed you to be. Darius, really nice having the show. I appreciate it. I am genuinely thrilled that you're having the success show, which you deserve, and long may it
I'm having a
continue.
great time, and you know you've made it when you sat on this couch and you're having a laugh.
That's very nice of you to say that.
Before.
Darius Campbell, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, sir.
Good luck with the single and the tour. Great to see you. Thank you very much indeed. You may now go, sir. Your work is done. Thank you. Well done. Now, you know the date has been set for the biggest showdown in sport. Just look at the scene in there, eh? Look at that bunch there. And Darius, you could learn from the master. Havers has only been in there for 2 minutes. He's already got 2 phone numbers and reservations at the Savoy. See? There's no stopping him. Just imagine what beautiful babies they'd have as well.
I've already had one.
Now, I know. Isn't it? Yeah. And we were saying, no way, she's a... Yeah, you see?
He was saying that.
He was... I remember he did say that now, didn't he?
He did say that.
Yeah, he said easy pickings.
See, look.